finally, back with some brand new info on Grey Zone Warfare. DEVLOG 3 has been released, and if you weren't excited before, then hold on to your rifles, because you're about to be now. This is Grey Zone Warfare. As usual, if you're not familiar with the game, then go check out the previous two videos I've done, and that explains the basic and lore of the game. In this episode, we're going to cover the latest information that was given to a bunch of us creators, and it was all pretty much focused around all things ballistics. Now, this is a lengthy video, and it goes in depth about realistic ballistics model, so I've included some chapters if you want to skip some of these sections. But before we move on, I'll do the usual content creator shit and let you know that 99.5% of viewers aren't subscribed, and that's crazy. So do me a solid, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and most importantly, comment down below and chat with me about Grey Zone Warfare and what you think of it so far. So, the 4 ballistic sections are penetrating capabilities of different ammunition types, temporary cavities, Ricochet, and Recoil. Now let's take a dive into each one. Having a grasp of terminal ballistics is crucial in navigating the Grey Zone. This concept is essential in understanding how projectiles behave upon impact. In the game, there's a finely tuned balance between realistic mechanics and accessible gameplay. It's designed to be easy to pick up, but offers a depth that's challenging to fully master. Players will encounter a learning curve that gradually introduces them to the intricacies of projectile behavior, considering aspects like energy, velocity, and penetration. These factors play a significant role in determining the effectiveness and damage potential of various types of ammunition. You will have an array of ammunition options, each with distinct traits influenced by the materials used in their construction. For example, soft point rounds expand upon impact, ideal for taking down opponents without armor. Full metal jacket, however, are designed for efficient penetration. Then you've got the big dogs, armor-piercing rounds. These are specialized for breaking through armored defenses. You also have hollow point rounds. Hollow point expand upon entry, causing more damage while balancing penetration and impact. Projectile simulation takes into account various factors. It models jacket damage and detachment, cord deformation or mushrooming, and even disintegration. Rotation of the bullet is factored in as well, incorporating ricochet and destabilization physics. It includes a simulation of the bullet's impact on the human body, calculating both temporary and permanent tissue damage caused by the creation of cavities. We'll dive a little deeper into cavities in a minute, because as a paramedic, I love learning about the effects of projectiles on the human body. When you compare soft lead core bullets like the FMJ to tungsten core bullets, armor piercing, you'll see soft lead struggles to penetrate double-layered metal fences, while tungsten core bullets can easily pierce through multiple barriers. The projectile simulation looks at things like how much energy the bullets have, the angle they hit at, how they change shape, and whether they go through completely or partially. So what about these cavities? What matters most beyond the path that the projectile follows is the effect it has upon impact. When a bullet hits its target, the amount of energy it transfers varies based on the design and the material it encounters. Grey Zone takes into consideration the bullet's spin, how it deforms, tumbles, and changes behavior upon passing through an obstacle. For example, shooting through a wooden wall might reduce penetration, but will increase the blunt trauma injuries on the other side. Ricochets serve as a testament to the complexity of the physics model. When a projectile strikes a solid surface at an angle, the model takes into consideration the properties of both the projectile and the obstacles. For instance, hitting a soft material like wood leads to a broader ricochet angle and decreased velocity compared to hitting a hard surface like steel. Grey Zone's projectile model is capable of simulating how projectiles behave when hitting water. This occurs when a specific impact angle is consistently maintained. For example, if this angle is surpassed, instead of bouncing off the surface, the object enters the water. But one of the most interesting topics for shooter enthusiasts is obviously recoil. Mastering recoil control is complicated and influenced by various factors like muzzle velocity, the weight of your firearm, and the ammunition you're using. They have gone into so much depth that with each shot fired, your weapon's weight decreases and will therefore change how the recoil feels. For example, there can be up to a 10% difference in recoil control with an AR-15, depending on whether you are shooting with a full magazine or the last bullet. That is crazy. Another addition to realistic recoil is the movement of the bolt mechanism within the firearm. Depending on the type of bolt used in the rifle will affect the recoil of the rifle. And as a Special Forces trained PMC, your training helps you manage recoil during shooting. So this is where the certification system that I spoke about in the last video comes into play. As strength and stamina will play a huge role in weapon handling, it will be interesting to see how the certification system will level that up. If you have been running or jumping, your stability will be compromised, and prolonged aiming can also cause your arm to waver. Now, one of my favorite parts, the body and medical system. Having a thorough understanding of your body is essential. Your PMC operative has a detailed human anatomy with organs, bones, and structures accurately portraying injury-based cavities caused by projectiles. Addressing injuries with gamified treatments offers logical consequences extending beyond simple cause and effect when wounded. When a bullet hits armor, its behavior is unpredictable and varies based on the properties of the ammunition, particularly its ability to penetrate. This can result in different outcomes. The bullet may bounce harmlessly off the armor, penetrate deeply causing significant damage, or pass through partially only to be halted by the backplate. Each of these scenarios is carefully evaluated, reflecting the intricate dynamics of ballistics and armor interaction in grey zone warfare. This can range from serious internal injuries to more superficial wounds. Suffering severe injuries such as bleeding and organ damage can significantly impact both the body and the mind of your character, making it more challenging to perform effectively in combat. Various events can occur during injury, and each one demands careful attention. It's crucial to recognize that even minor injuries can escalate into more serious issues, leading to restricted movement, decreased accuracy, and impaired hearing, particularly in intense combat situations. The more severe injuries can result in significant blood loss, affecting vision, or even resulting in a coma from which only a friendly PMC can rescue you. I can't wait to see how this medical system plays out. It will be a game changer being able to perform treatments all the way up to field surgery to keep you in that fight longer. Now, the big one that everybody wants to know. When's beta? Well, good news and bad news. Good news is they haven't told us it's pushed back, meaning it should be on track for a March beta release. Bad news is, from the things I've been told and seen, I would bet my left nut that it's pushed back out past March. Whilst it may be a kick in the teeth for some, I have now seen over 10 minutes of raw game footage, and believe me when I say, this game is like nothing else I've ever seen. Now that I've finally seen this raw gameplay footage, I can safely be crazy excited. So that covers all the new info from DEVLOG 3. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to check out the previous videos on Grey Zone or one of the other tac shooters that I've broken down. I'm Timmy Tenders, stay tactical, and I'll see you in the next one.